Took it all away. The lanes and the meadows, the places where you used to play. It was an inside job by the well-connected. Your little protest summarily rejected. It was an inside job, like it always is. Chalk it up to business as usual. While you are dreaming, this little island disappears. While you are looking the other way, they'll take your right to own your own ideas. And it's an inside job, favors collected. Your trusted servants have left you unprotected. Was an inside job, like it always is. Just chalk it up to business as usual. You think that you're so smart, but you don't have a fucking clue what those men up in the towers are doing to me and you. And they'll keep doing it, 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 till we all wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. I know what I've done wrong. I am acquainted with the night. I know how hard it is to always walk out in the light. And it's an inside job to learn about forgiving. It's an inside job to hang on to the joy of living. They know the road by which you came. They know your mother's maiden name. And what you had for breakfast, what you hidden in the mattress. Insect politics in different universe. Bang your head against the wall, but empathy is worse. It's an inside job, take my time. You get a thrill on playing with my mind. Are you dead to me? I see it in your eyes. Lies, lies, lies.
If they say we were doing wrong, if they say we were out too long, well, you can say my arm, but just too strong. I put the blame on me. Felt so good when I held you tight. I couldn't stop when we kissed goodnight. So if they tell us we don't have the right, I put the blame on me. What I feel is deep inside. This is real and I won't hide. Go ahead and use my name. I'll be proud to take the blame. You just did what I made you do. You love me and I love you too. So if the way they talk can bother you, I put the blame on me.
Blame me, you fat bitch. I did it to you. I put you in your place, you fat bitch. It was me. It was all me that voted to put you in your place, your big fat place. You should be thanking me, because clearly you need Robert F. Kennedy Jr. way more than I do. You're as big as a house. Completely almost takes up the entire frame of the camera. You're so big. And you're unhinged. I'm going to guess you're threatening to kill somebody. Let's see if I'm right.
I don't give a fuck! Just kill him! You have to! I'm not asking! I don't give a fuck! Just kill him! You have to! I'm not asking! I don't give a fuck! Just kill him! You have to! I'm not asking!
What the hell?
I don't give a fuck! Just kill him! You have to! I'm not asking!
I know your throat hurt after that video.
I don't give a fuck! Just kill.
After she did this, she hit stop, she went, oh my God, that. You fucked yourself up doing that. I know you fucked yourself up doing that. Or maybe that's all legitimate. A demon inside. Maybe that's the demon. Ah!
You have to! I'm not asking! I
Oh,
don't give a fuck! Just kill him! You have to! I'm not asking! I don't give a fuck! Just kill him! You have to! I'm not asking! I don't give a fuck!
she's
Just kill him!
unhinged.
You have to!
Oh my
I'm not
god.
asking! I don't give a fuck! Just kill him! You have to! I'm not asking! I don't give a fuck! Just kill him! You have to!
Add more Secret Service
I'm
immediately
not
to the president
asking.
immediately.
I don't give a fuck! Just
Need more
kill
police
him.
on Elon.
You have to!
This bitch is unhinged.
I'm not
This
asking!
bitch is out of control.
I don't give a fuck!
Good God, lady. Look at her face. I don't even think that's a lady. I think that's a man pretending to be a lady. Look into the soul. If there even is a soul in that man. I'm going to predict it's a man. I'm going to guess a man. The president is in great danger. And you want me to cry about the stock market? Are you insane, you lunatic nerd? Who cares about your little stocks? We're at war with fucking Satan himself. And you're worried about your little stocks? I'd like to slap you across your fucking head. That's what I'd like to do to you. Right upside your little head. Oh, they're coming for her. Him, her, he, her, him. It, they, them. I feel like that's a they. It's a they, them. This is all that's left of the Democrat Party as it implodes. The psychotic fringes boiling to the surface. It's almost as if Satan himself may rise. He may rise from the ground. They're trying to summon the devil. They want somebody to kill Trump, not realizing they're fucked if that happens. Be the biggest mistake of your little life. And all this fake rage and fake anger, it's just going to get you fucked up. That's all it's going to get you. I'd advise against it, but I mean, I've been reading Kyle Kalinski's timeline. I've been reading the timelines, and they don't know what they're doing. They don't really have. They're way off base with the strategy. They're all mad at Chuck Schumer. Chuck Schumer did you a favor, by the way, not letting the government get shut down, because it would have been a massive advantage for Elon, because Elon could have said, "Look, we shut all this shit down and everything's fine," and the essential services and things people actually like would have kept going. So you could have never fear-mongered about it again. It would have been, that whole talking point would have died. That's why I was saying shut it down, because it benefits Trump. So shut it down. Just go ahead and shut it down. And then I see Kyle Kalinske, and he's like, Chuck Schumer's a fucking coward. We should have shut the government down. It's like, this dude doesn't get it at all. If you listen to like any Democrat that's telling you that they should have pushed for a shutdown, stop listening to them. If you're a Democrat and if you want to beat these people in the future, you're going to have to stop listening to people like that. They don't know what they're doing. They don't have a good strategy. They have failed you repeatedly. And I'm telling you right now, they're literally telling you to make Elon's case stronger. I mean, they are so fucking retarded. They stop listening to Kyle Kalinske. No, that's why Joe Rogan doesn't have him on anymore because his advice is terrible. He has no arguments. And Joe probably likes the guy, and Joe don't really want to like eviscerate him for 3 hours because that's what he'd have to do to him. He'd have to eviscerate him, or his credibility would be destroyed. Because Kyle Kalinske going to be coming on there saying a bunch of retard shit. His timeline is like a fever dream or something. He's so deep into fantasy. You see these people, they make these memes, and you read them, and you're like, this is not based in reality. Like a meme is supposed to be based in reality. And that's why the leftist memes don't make any sense. Because they only make sense to the crazed leftist who's deep in a delusion. Everybody else reads it and goes, that's not happening. That's not even happening. There's nothing funny about this meme. There's nothing. It's just a lie. It's silly. It's not, Hitler's not here to get us. Elon's not going to round up Jews. Like, I don't even know what the fuck what are they mad at Elon about? I keep hearing about Trump turned his presidency over to Elon, and it's like, what in the fuck is this fantasy? Where are you getting this from? And smart people too. Normally, smart people are saying this shit, and it's just like, what like even they got you. When I see someone I consider smart who's still falling for the mainstream media and the shit, it's like, bro, come on. That's what they're gonna say because they're getting decimated. Who cares about these government workers being fired? They don't give a shit about us. Nobody cares about them. Nobody cares that Elon's going in there. People keep trying to convince you that this Elon stuff's not popular. It is. It is popular. It's what people voted for. Everybody knew Elon was going to do this. Elon said he was going to fire a shit ton of people. This was not like some hidden thing. And they keep wanting to sit and pretend nobody knew about it. Get a grip, man. Quit with the delusions. Everybody knew about it, guy. And everybody wanted it. Everybody wanted it. And just like everybody wants these nerds deported and nobody's going to fall for you think people didn't know you were going to do that? Do you think people didn't know that you were going to go find some poor child who got deported with mama and daddy and make some big deal out of it and try to shame us with it? We all knew that. We don't give a fuck. We're prepared for that. Come up with a new fucking tactic. Nobody gives a shit about the moral high ground. Go stand on it. Go fucking stand on it and wait for some illegal to stab you. You fucking idiot. Nobody gives a fuck about your fake moral high ground. Oh, I'm a better person than you. Good. Be better than me. Be better than me. I don't give a fuck. Care about your opinion. When these people gonna realize they nobody care about their opinion. Care if you think I'm a fucking piece of shit. Good. Stay the fuck away from me then. Cares about you. All these people think that you're supposed to live your life to please them. No, who the fuck are you? And why would I care about pleasing you? I don't even want to be around you. You're lunatics. You're weirdos. You're fucking into some weird shit. You want to dress up as women and read books to children. It fucking ain't make sense, the shit y'all want to do. You're weird. So if you don't want to be around me, I could care less. I'm a normal person. Why would I give a shit? Why would I want to be around some freak? I don't like to be around freaks. I don't want to hang out with them. You want to be a freak? Go be a freak over there. And they're still trying to, shame you. Like, well, you're going to be shunned from what? Shunned from what? Your weird faggotry? Nobody cares. Even the Pope said you too much, way too much faggotry. He said you faggots are out of control. That was a Pope said that. That was the liberal Pope who's usually like, hey, let's wash a tranny's feet. How about we wash a tranny's feet? And even he was like, all right, enough. I've washed the feet. I've done all this. God damn, go sit down. Tone it down a little bit with this faggot shit. You were so faggoty that even gay people were like, oh my God, too much faggot. This faggot shit's out of control. Gay people were fucking getting sick of seeing gay shit all the time. That's when you know it's bad. That's when you know it's bad. That's how you know the filth is just out of control. The OnlyFans, not just the gay, it's the filth. It's out of control. And people are getting to a point where they're like, enough, put some clothes on or something. Put some clothes on in the supermarket. Put some clothes when you're out at fucking Wendy's. Put some clothes on. Why you got your tits hanging out at Arby's? Doesn't even make sense. Can we just have some Arby's curly fries without seeing your giant ass tits? Do we have to think about sex 24? Here you come in here, half naked in the Arby's. Why? Why are you in here like this? And you're on, people are watching movies in the middle of the movie. It's like a movie about a war or something. And in the middle of it, they're having some mindless sex scene or something. Why? It's a movie about war. The fuck? Ain't nobody getting no pussy in war unless they're raping somebody. The fuck is this? Everything don't have to have sex in it. You don't gotta jump jump down the street with your dick hanging out because you're gay. It's Pride Day. It's Pride Day. And we're gonna walk down the street naked to show how proud we are to be nudists. Like, how about no? How about fucking no? There's places you can go be naked. Go find a beach or something. Let you be naked or something. I don't know. Can't be walking down the fucking. You're on Main Street. There's a parade. Cops. Cops are protecting you. Cops got it cordoned off so you can walk down the street. I mean, what's going on? Hell's going on? Shut it all down. Shut it all down. Shut it all down. And quit attacking people with fucking Teslas and Cybertrucks. Grow up. Actually, keep doing it. Keep doing it, liberal nerd, because you are going to help in the midterms. This behavior is going to lead to a massive landslide in the midterms, and it's going to lead to President J.D. Vance. The public does not support harassing people for the car they drive. If you think that's a popular, Kyle Kalinske thinks it's funny. That's how you know it's a bad strategy. If you want to know what's a bad strategy for a Democrat, just go read his timeline. Everything he supports is counterproductive. It's going to cost you votes. Because some of these people that drive these Teslas and stuff, they don't support Trump. They just have a Tesla. And you're like busting the windows out. You're fucking drawing on it. I mean, there's all kinds of videos of people fucking people's Teslas up. And what you're doing is you're pissing people off. Okay, so some liberal dude buys his daughter a Tesla, and then you bust the window out, and now he's got to fix it, and he just thinks you're a fucking immature child. Because what's that got to do? It's already been purchased. It's not hurting Elon to bust out somebody's window of a Tesla, you fucking idiot. It doesn't affect Elon at all. And by the way, people are going to keep buying Teslas because not everybody's a deranged liberal. This is why they're committing this. This is why they're doing this, because they want to make it so you do not buy a Tesla, so they'll like bankrupt Elon. But all that's going to happen is you're going to go to fucking prison. And it is terrorism because I understand the agenda, I understand the motive of it. It's a political motive to terrorize Tesla owners until you make it so toxic that nobody will buy a Tesla because people will just destroy it, and then you bankrupt the business, which doesn't just affect Elon, it affects a ton of people. So I fully support putting you all life in prison for this behavior. Yes, if you vandalize a Tesla, I think you should go to jail for life. There has to be a strong deterrent because this type of political strategy cannot be allowed to exist in our country. We cannot allow people to use terrorism to sway politics. And this is how bad the Democratic Party, this is why I find it funny that they want to lecture, come in here and lecture. And you have no right to be lecturing me at all. You're literally committing terrorism. You're literally stooping to the level of terrorism now. You're getting bad. And it's not shocking to me at all because I said this years ago, you're dangerous and you're going to get worse. And so I fully expect you're going to start killing people eventually here. And that's going to be the final nail in your coffin for your party. Because then the public is really going to call for Trump to do something about you. And he's going to do something about you. He's going to sign executive orders. It's going to be Congress is going to act. I would advise against this violent shit y'all think you're going to do. I really would advise against it because you do not control anything right now. And if you get violent, if you try that bullshit again like you did in 2020 and you start doing, and they're already doing it, but you keep on doing it, you start killing people and shit. The public is going to push for laws to be passed and you're going to be fucked. And I hope you get what you deserve, quite frankly. I know how this is going to end. It's going to end with some of you not having your fucking rights anymore. Your party is going to be like Nazis. Your party is going to be viewed like Nazis or the Klan or something, where people are just going to see you as a danger to society. You're picking a bad strategy. You're handling this very poorly. That's why I said you don't need to be coming in here going, "Oh, did you see this judge? This judge said that, hey, Smokey, what about the stock market?" Hey, man, you might want to turn around and focus on your party because it's imploding. And to the point where you're openly calling for violence. People are getting violent. People are busting people's windows out of their cars, attacking the cars, graffitiing random people's cars because it's a Tesla. You are really in bad shape right now as a party. You need to quit yapping about Republicans and screaming at the sky. And you need to get your party under control. You're not going to win anything. Democrats are every day more and more looking more unhinged and dangerous. And that's how regular people view you. People aren't paying attention to the stock market. Most people don't even have stocks. They're just seeing you hyperventilate about, 4 years of gaslighting about prices and now you're hyperventilating about them. It's just silly. Nobody taking you serious. You look silly. Keep telling you you have no ground to stand on. No ground to stand on. Thoroughly defeated. And I done told you the only strategy you got is to chill the fuck out. And for whatever reason, you decided to start attacking people's cars. Let me know how that works out. Hey, keep it. I fully support your madness because you're just helping guys like me. You're just proving guys like me right. I said you were dangerous lunatics who would get violent years ago. And here we are. What's next? You'll kill a Tesla owner? And I keep trying to understand, what is Elon doing? Well, I know what he's doing, but what the fuck is he doing to you that's got you so fucking upset? He's coming for our Medicare. No, he's not. Oh, they fired some guy, worked at the national park. Who cares, man? Who cares? Every time somebody loses their job, y'all defend it. Y'all defended it when it was about a vaccine, but now it's just, well, we just don't need you. We're just cutting back. You got to go. If it's all right to fire a guy for not taking drugs, then you can fire a guy just because you want to, just because. And it's not even firing the guy. You're giving him a fucking big ass fucking severance package. You're paying him to go home. I mean, it's a pretty good deal. 8 months of pay to go home. To get your shit right now and leave, here's 8 months pay. And you can go get another job immediately. We're not going to stop you. But here's 8 months pay. Do what you want. You can take the 8 months pay, go out the next day, start putting applications in. What is the problem here? What is the victim? I keep hearing how, oh my God, these poor people. I don't see how they're poor. I don't see how this is a bad thing for them. This seems like a lottery win for these people. You get 8 months pay, just go get, and you can just immediately just go get another job. Huge win. Take the 8 months pay and go get another job. Now you got 8 months pay from your last job. You got that in the bank. You're sitting comfortably, and you can just immediately start getting a new paycheck somewhere else. What's the problem here? I guess because I know what the fuck's going on and I'm paying attention, and you motherfuckers are not. So that's why it doesn't work on me. I hear all this fucking crying, and I just don't understand what you're crying about. Oh, these poor people. Oh, the poor people. I wish motherfucker give me 8 months fucking pay and tell me go get another job. I like my job, but hell, I'd take the fucking 8 months pay and just get another job similar to it. Who the fuck not gonna take that? I just don't understand. It's crazy. Like instead of working 8 months, like you could just take 8 months off and you got it right here. Fascinating. Just fascinating. So I don't see the victims. And Trump has repeatedly said he's not going to cut your Social Security, cut your Medicare. How many times you got to say it? Well, Elon is snooping around. Elon's looking for fraud and waste. And when you have a 200-year-old person on Social Security, that's fraud, clearly. What the fuck is that? There ain't no 200-year-old people. And then they say, well, that person doesn't exist. And then you go, yeah, that's the point. That's the point. So we're going to turn those checks off. We're going to turn those off. And they're like, oh, you're cutting people's checks. No, we're a 200-year-old man. We cut his because obviously he's not a 200-year-old man. So why keep sending a check to a 200-year-old man? This is clearly fraud. Now, hey, if the 200-year-old man calls up and says, hey, what's going on with my check? Oh, okay, well, here he's alive. But that's not going to happen. I mean, they want to talk to you like you're a child. Dude, there's fraud in everything. There's fraud in the food stamp system. Tons of shit going on. And it needs to be dealt with. It's long overdue to deal with it. That doesn't mean we're cutting grandma's check. And show me one example of a person's Social Security check. Trump took it away or Elon took it. Show me this person. Show me this. Because I ain't seen one example yet. So I know if it was happening, they'd have an example of it and they'd be shoving it down my throat. It's not happening. Meanwhile, they're talking about Trump wants to make it so if you make less than 150K a year, you don't pay no taxes. Trump's trying to get more money in our pockets, and they're having a cry session every day, just crying. Like, I don't understand. Trump turned his presidency over to Elon. I'm like, that's not what I'm seeing at all. What are you talking about? Is Elon negotiating with Putin and was in? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about here? That's not happening. So I don't know what news organizations and things that people are watching that they're getting this nonsense from, but if you ain't caught on that the mainstream media is just lies about Trump and lies about Elon, I don't see how you can consider yourself smart at this point. I mean, it's obvious. How many times does it have to be proven to you that these people are liars? They keep telling me Elon's a lie. What's he lying to me about? What is Trump lying to me about? That's why Junie had to post the Trump lied 36,000 times. Remember when I used to bring them in the Discord and I would go, give me one example of Trump lying, and they couldn't do it. They don't have anything specific. Remember the motherfucker kept he named something, and it's like, well, that wasn't a lie. Or then he'd say something else and be like, well, that's not technically a lie. That's just his opinion. Like, they don't even know what a fucking lie is. You think you got 36,000 of them, you can come up with one off the top of your fucking head. He said he was going to end the conflict day one. Oh, brother, you got me. Oh, brother. What about all them things? Hey, Biden said he was going to cure cancer. What happened to that? I didn't see you fucking commenting on that. I didn't see you bring that up one time over the last 4 years. It's almost as if you're a dork. It's almost as if your opinion means nothing to me. You have no credibility with me, and I just roll my eyes when you say anything. And whose fault is it? It's your fault. It's your fault for lying and shilling for politicians for so goddamn long. That's your fault. Now, you say something, people just roll their eyes and go, oh, this fucking guy again. Nobody's going to give you the benefit of the doubt. Doesn't a liberal realize they have to really prove what they say? They have to really prove it. Because I don't believe it at all. You've lied so many times, I have no reason. Every time I look into some shit y'all tell me, it's always a lie. I swear to God, always. 100%. 100% flawless record of it's always a lie. Why do you think I don't listen to you? Why do you think I just start arguing? Even if I don't know really what you're talking about, which I usually do, I just know that if I just oppose you, I'm going to be right. Like, we'll look into it, I'll be right. Because you're wrong all the time. It's a safe bet to go against whatever you believe. Because you're wrong. You didn't suddenly become right. You didn't suddenly figure it all out. Anyway, look at this. Let's listen to this poor man in his golden cyber truck. They just keep fucking with. Keep threatening him. Keep talking shit. This man didn't do nothing to nobody, bro. This man just drives this gold Cybertruck. And listen to this shit.
Never imagined driving a Cybertruck. A Cybertruck will get you that much hate?
Not hate, as in driving a steel origami is not my cup of tea, but hate as in maybe it's time to call the police.
Dr. DeRoche, I hope you kill yourself. Please do the world a favor. Have a horrible day.
Dr. Jarouche says he got that message Wednesday and that it followed a series of escalating attacks that center around his ownership of the Tesla and the fact it's wrapped in gold. Jarouche says to match the logo of his Southborough practice, Sculpting MD. But that's not apparently what his detractors think.
With the gold-wrapped Cybertruck, people think it's pure support for Musk and Trump.
Jarouche says the Cybertruck has always garnered attention, but in a playful sense.
They'll laugh at the truck, somebody give me a thumbs up, somebody give me a thumbs down.
But last Friday, he says his wife found a sticker pasted to the back of the Tesla, calling the doctor a Nazi.
That means there's somebody's watching me. They're watching where I park my truck. They're watching my kids. They're watching my family. I was really scared.
And he says things have only gotten worse. Social media threats, canceled appointments, and lately, fake reviews posted to Google.
I hope that will pass. I would love a civilized discussion.
But if it doesn't pass, Jarouche says it might just push the family to move out of state. Now, you might wonder why the doctor doesn't just trade that Cybertruck in. Well, he tried to do that, but the Tesla dealership won't take it back, and he also tried at a BMW dealership, and they were not interested in a trade-in. In Southborough, Jim Morelli for your local station, Boston 25 News.
You guys are so done. I mean, the midterms, you're gonna get eviscerated. This country's gonna turn on you people if you don't. And I keep going. I want the country to turn on you. I'm telling you right now, you're gonna get decimated. If you think what Trump and Elon's doing is unpopular, congratulations, you're brainwashed by media. Because that's where you're getting that from. And there's no evidence that that's true at all. Government workers might be pissed at fucking Elon. They might be pissed at Trump. But the average man doesn't give a fuck. Because nobody gives a fuck about the average man. These government workers never gave a shit about us when we had a problem. We lose our job, we just gotta go get another one. We don't feel sorry for none of these people. These fucking people getting babied. Oh, poor you. You gotta go get a new job. Whip-de-doo, man. And they're gonna give you 8 months pay? Are you fucking kidding me? Most people just lose their fucking jobs and they don't get 8 months pay. They gotta go get a fucking other job. You're getting 8 months pay. You were offered a hell of a deal. But you see these people freaking out. By the way, this stuff right here too, this is why I'm saying massive red wave in 2026. As of right now, massive red wave. Because these motherfuckers don't get it. They don't get it. They don't get that they fucking got eviscerated and they need to make changes. And they're still doing this stupid shit. They're still doing this trans shit. People's not going along with this shit no more. Republicans know that it's toxic and they are not going to participate in it. Period. Because it's too toxic. It's going to cost them their elections. So they would rather just let these Democrats have a meltdown. And these Democrats having a meltdown about this is going to cost them elections. You sound so unserious. The fact that somebody's up there in a dress pretending to be a woman, it's just ridiculous too. When are you going to get the fucking memo that the country finds this retarded? When are you going to get it?
Recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr.
I'm
Chairman,
sorry.
could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply.
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative
The standard
from
is
the United
reality,
States
sir.
of America? Please.
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
Now we got to have a struggle session.
You will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned. Recognize the representative from.
All this grandstanding. Why don't you grandstand like that for something real? Why don't you stand up for something real? No, you won't. You stand up for these weird. And then they want to call people weird. Man in a dress. A man in a dress calling you weird.
We will not take a lecture on decorum from a party that incited an insurrection. I appear to live rent-free in the minds of some of my Republican colleagues.
But you're not. But you're not living rent free. in anyone's mind. People's just
You
calling
wish?
you a guy because you're a guy. That's it. The cope is heavy with the Democrats right now. The coping. I can tell when people's coping too. People try to hide it, but it's easy to tell. The coping, because you lying to yourself on a. I mean, they're lying like crazy. Everyone's obsessed with me. No, nobody's obsessed with you. They just find you weird. Just a weird dude in dressing up like a girl. It's just weird. Some weird shit. And for some reason, people voted to elect you as their representative, which is also weird. It's very weird. It's all weird. But I don't really think about you. Can't say I think much about you, which is why you have to grandstand. It's why you have to go give a speech and everything. And oh, everyone's thinking about me, but they're not thinking about you. If you didn't go out and give this speech, nobody would even be thinking about you at all. If one guy didn't grandstand when you were called a man, which is what you are, then nobody would be talking about you. I certainly wouldn't be talking about you if we didn't have these videos. So clearly, you do not live rent free, because if you lived rent free, you would get the attention without even trying. You're having to come out and beg for the attention, which is the opposite of rent free. You're paying rent. Okay. You're like, hey, let me get in your mind. You're invading my mind. You're forcing yourself on me, quite frankly.
That they would spend even a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me?
But nobody's spending a lot of time thinking about you. We just went over it. They're just calling you a man. The country is getting back to reality. And as I said would happen, I told you the Biden years were going to be bad. I told you people were going to suffer, and I told you suffering was going to bring people back to reality. They were going to realize that their politicians have lost their goddamn mind. They're focused on fucking the weirdest shit. So, and yes, the Republican, and Trump had to come in and say, look, we're done with this. We're shutting all this down. And then they act like people is obsessed with it. No, no one's obsessed with it. We are shutting it down. We're coming in. We're saying, hey, enough of this shit. You're obsessed with it. You're obsessed with us playing along with this fairy tale shit. And we came in and said no. We voted no. We're done. And so, that's what the guy's trying to tell him at the thing. It's like we set the standard here. It's over. We're done here with this. So this is, and eventually you're going to have to make it so they can't dress up like this in Congress. This shouldn't even be allowed. He shouldn't be allowed to dress like that at his job, because it's ridiculous. The guy's cross-dressing. It's a sexual fetish, and he's cross-dressing, and he's getting off on walking around in women's panties. It's just and women's shirt. You want to wear women's panties under your clothes? I guess go ahead. Who's going to stop you? Who's going to know? But when you're taking it to this level, we don't want to participate in your fetish, and it's a laughing stock. This is this is what we're doing in our Congress. We got fucking dudes with dresses, dudes dressing up like women. What the fuck is this? Trans is a sexual fetish. Cross-dressing is a sexual fetish. See, the illusion has been broken. The trans stuff has always been fake. It's a psyop on our society. It's meant to really fuck it. I don't really want to get back into it because we've been into it, and I've defeated the topic, quite frankly. I've won the battle. And I just think some of you need to humble yourself a little bit. Doug, you should definitely think about humbling yourself, because consistently wrong should result in quieting down, I feel. Consistently wrong doesn't mean get louder, talk more. It means, wow, I've been wrong about a lot of stuff. Maybe I should shut up, start listening. And I think that's where you guys are at as a party and as a people, where you you have just really fucked the country up and fucked society up and culture up, and now you need to just sit back and just let it be cleaned up. Because the more you push, you're just pissing people off. People are tired of dealing with that. You can't shame people anymore. You can't. It's not going to work. So you gotta accept that you've lost this battle, and for the sake of your party and other battles that are more important, you got to move on. I didn't even start to fuck it up. Did you believe that? Now, of course, you're not going to. That's why your party is going to be eviscerated. So you're only hurting yourselves. I'm in a beautiful position because I'm about 5 moves ahead of you. I know every move you're going to make for the rest of the year. I know your strategy completely like the back of my hand. And so I know that you're going to get eviscerated in the midterms and you're going to get President J.D. Vance. It's not even in doubt. There has been zero change in the strategy that cost you the 2024 election. Why would it result any differently? I'm very happy you guys are doubling down on all this stuff. I'm very happy about it. Because I want to see your party completely eradicated from the country. None of you in power at all. And the only way to get there is you all have to continue down the path you're on. Because if you change course, well, your party will thrive. It will begin to come back. People will start to say, oh, maybe they come into senses a little bit. Because Republicans aren't perfect, you know. But as long as you're going down this dangerous, crazed path of violence and delusion, there is only one party to support. As a normal, logical, sane human being, I have no choice but to support Republicans. You've given me no choice. You've taken my choice away, because to support you would be supporting complete devastation of the culture, the country, and in a lot of ways the planet, because you've been pushing for World War III for the last few years. I just see no path forward for you guys right now. No path forward. Because your leaders don't understand. Your leaders are, your Kyle Kalinskis, your Pacmans, your Destinies. They just don't get it, man. Your Vashes, your Hassans. You've picked the wrong people to lead you. And it's going to fuck you over. It's going to cost you. Just as I told you voting for Biden would hurt you in the long run, I was proven right. Now I'm telling you now that the best strategy you got. Don't talk about Republicans. As I said earlier, Doug, the last thing you should be focused on right now is Trump and Republicans. I know that sounds crazy, but you really need to get control of your emotions, because you're very emotional. You guys are very emotional right now. You need to get control of your emotions so you can start thinking tactically about your strategy going into the next 2 elections. You just suffered a great defeat. You just got fucking wrecked by a guy that you considered you'd already taken care of him, you'd already handled him, and he came back and won bigger than ever. I told you that was going to happen. If I was a Democrat, I wouldn't even be paying attention to what Trump was doing right now. I wouldn't even be paying no attention. I would be so focused on the Democratic Party and how we're going to find a presidential candidate, how we're going to get better candidates that we can run, because this ain't it right here. This is insane. This is insane. The fact that this guy right here is standing up here doing this is just, it just shows you that you just don't get it. You don't understand that you've lost this battle and you need your party. You need better representatives of your party. It's not just the politicians; it's the influencers. It's people with podcasts, the shows. The people that kind of speak to the people, and that's really a bigger problem, I think, than the politicians, because the politicians seem to have a little bit more sense than the influencers. It's very interesting because the Democrats and the Republicans have this reverse problem right now. They have similar problems, just in reverse. Like the Democrats, their politicians like Fetterman and Schumer, they got a little bit more sense than the influencers, because the influencers, the Kalinskis, all these guys, they wanted a government shutdown. And it's the Fettermans, it's the Schumers that were like, whoa, that's not good. That's going to help Elon's cause. They know that if the government shuts down, the whole country is going to see that it doesn't matter, that nothing really changes. And so you lose that political tactic in the future. You can't fearmonger with it. And it just strengthens Elon to say, yeah, we don't really need any of these people. We don't need any of this shit. Well, why do we need all this? If it can shut down, and the longer it stays shut down, then, people are going to be saying, well, nothing seemed to change. Everything's seemed business as usual. So who cares? Maybe we can fire more people. Maybe we can shut more stuff down, because why are we paying for this unnecessary shit? So the politicians had enough sense not to let the government shut down and have to deal with that scenario. And the influencers are pissed because the politicians, like the influencers, stupid. They don't understand that that's a bad tactic. It's not going to work. It hurts your side. And the Republicans got the same problem, but their politicians are dumb. They got a bunch of dumbass fucking politicians, and you got influencers that got more sense than them. That's why when Republicans get into power, usually they don't get anything done. It's all talk. It just fascinates me that Democrats have not changed tactics. I'm just shocked. Like, it's like you guys want to lose. And then it's like this delusional shit that Trump is failing and Elon's failing and these things are failing. What? I don't even entertain that. And notice I don't react to that stuff because it's silly to me. I'm going to react to real shit, and I'm going to roll my eyes and just laugh at you when you say dumb, ignorant shit that's based in a fantasy, in a literal fantasy. It's a complete lie. And you can't back it up with any evidence, and I know none of you can. So I don't even waste my time with it. I laugh at you and I move right past you. Shame tactics, lying, it has never been more useless than it is right now. And it's going to be a long year because them gas prices are going to continue to go down. Those egg prices are going to go down. That stock market is going to go back up. That war is going to end. This is going to be a rough year for you guys because you're going to look really stupid. This is why I said at the beginning of the year, I said, don't react to anything he's doing right now. Just chill. Don't jump on egg prices. Don't do it. Because, first of all, the egg thing was your fault. That was Joe Biden that did that. So how you can use that against Trump, I don't even know why you'd be bringing that up. That's like the final Biden failure. One last failure for the road, and you keep bringing it up and reminding people how lucky they are that Trump's president now. But you're too stupid to understand that. Because your influencers, the people that influence you and the way you think, are giving you all this terrible advice. And how this is going to play out is you're going to lose the 2026 midterms. You're going to lose them badly. Remember I told you this, because when it happens, maybe you'll finally stop listening to these people and start listening to the guy that's been right this entire time. Me. Why are you arguing with me? You've been wrong. I've been right. We've argued enough. You've never been right, and I've always been right. So why would I listen to you? Why would I even argue with you anymore? You're just going to sit there and take the lecture. You're going to listen. You have nothing to say. You have nothing against a guy like me. You're going to lose those midterms. And then I predict that the influencer class of the Democratic Party is going to collapse. Their numbers are going to collapse. Destinies, the Voshes, the Pacmans, the Kalinskis. Career over after the midterms. Because people are going to finally realize that these people's advice is fucking trash. And it just cost them another election. And then you're going to have 2 years to prepare to face J.D. Vance. And it is going to be an uphill battle. I don't know who your nominee is going to be. Stephen A. Smith seems to be making moves. He seems to be testing the waters. I think it's going to be a wild card type of candidate. I think someone's going to come out of the celebrity class, somebody with a name. It's going to have to be someone on the liberal side that has more sense, that seems more reasonable. Trans topics and things will be thrown. You're going to have to find a liberal that is willing to throw this motherfucker under a bus, figuratively. Is going to have to be willing to throw this topic under the bus and shit all over it. It's the only way. It's the only way. You need a radical candidate who's going to, push the popular liberal views and decimate these stupid fringe weird views. And that's the way to success for your party. But you need to focus on it now. You need to get serious on it now. You don't need to spend the rest of this year. The worst thing you could do as a party is spend this entire year burning Tesla fucking Chargers and Tesla cars and hyperventilating on TikTok and all. These things are not helping you. These videos of unhinged people screaming about, ooh, someone's got to kill them. It's a bad look, man. It's a bad look. But the influencers are encouraging it and they're pushing it. And so that's what they're going to do. They're going to keep going down this path. And by the time we get to those midterms, people are going to be so just, my God, the Democrats are just, this is insane. Like I can't vote for these people. Look at the betting odds. We've learned nothing. We've learned nothing. I called the 2024 election. I told you Trump was going to win in a landslide. I told you he'd win every swing state. Go watch the videos. They're up on this channel. And you people would come in here and you'd tell me about poly markets and all this other shit. And I told you didn't know what the fuck you were talking about. And you're doing it again. You do not know what you're talking about. I am analyzing your party, and you're talking about you're talking about betting odds. I'm telling you what's going to happen based on your tactics, based on what you're choosing to spend the time doing. You're doubling down on everything that cost you the last election, and you're deciding to get violent. Explain how you're going to win the midterms with that strategy. Explain it to me. None of you can. Because you're stupid. You're counting on Trump failing. How's that worked out for you so far? Counting on Trump to fail. How's it worked out so far? He's president again. When are you gonna realize that you have an opponent that's a real opponent? This ain't a fucking clown that you're just gonna walk all over. When are you going to wake up? Trump's not going to fail at a lot of this shit he's going to do. So you're walking into 2026, Trump strong. And you're unhinged, burning people's cars. And people are going to vote for you? They're going to run out and support you? People don't even know what you're resisting anymore. You're resisting cutting government fraud. You're resisting no income tax. You're resisting peace in the Ukraine. Like, what are you? Fuck are you resisting? You're resisting a strong border, deporting illegals. Like, you just look insane. And you got a guy up there in a goddamn dress lecturing us, calling the rest of us weird.
Thinking about how to lower the costs.
This is your
for
party.
American families. I wish.
Let's lower the cost of America. You're the people that drove the cost up for us. It was you who put the cost up. How dare you? How dare you tell me you're going to get the cost down when you're the one that drove it up?
They would spend a fraction of the time that they spend thinking about me, figuring out how to make government actually work better, rather than make.
We're doing that. They're doing that, though. They're literally doing that. You know how you make government work better? Get rid of it. Get rid of a lot of it. Let people live their lives without all this government all over them. Oh, God, how many agencies we need? How many bureaucrats we need up our ass?
Making it work worse in order to prove that government can't work.
You people have been in charge of government for 4 years and you fucked the economy up. You fucked the price of food up. And you got the nerve to talk about how are we going to bring it down? That's what we need to be focused on. Huh? Where you should have been focused on that last 4 years. Instead, you were gaslighting me, telling me it wasn't even up and all this shit. What, do you think I forgot? I don't have some fucking memory loss, okay? I remember. Nobody forgot anything. Nobody forgot your arrogant, smug shit. Fuck you people.
They are obsessed with culture war issues.
No. You are obsessed with it. And now that people are dominating you at it and you're losing, now you want to cry. Why is everybody focused on this? Oh, God.
The Republican Party is obsessed with culture war issues. It is weird and it is bizarre.
Oh,
and the American people deserve serious legislators, serious elected officials who are focused on bringing people together to deliver real results for the American people, not to play games and not to engage in schoolyard taunts.
It is weird. Thank you for making that speech. You just gained Republicans some votes. I love seeing things like this. It's funny to me that I get on here and I'm like, oh, I seen what you guys were doing. Keep doing that. I love it. And then people think that they're like, it's a good strategy. I'm sitting here telling you, oh man, that's great. Keep doing that. That's going to help Trump. That's going to help Trump. And what do you think? I'm fucking with you? Keep doing it. Keep doing this shit. You're basing everything on some random judge election. I'm basing my shit on deep analysis. Just like that 2024 election, that deep daily analysis, breaking down why Trump was going to win, not just saying it, but going into excruciating detail on why you're going to lose. And it happened literally as I said it would. After that election, nobody should be in here trying to lecture me. Nobody. Everyone should shut up and just listen. You were all wrong. None of you saw it. You were in here telling me about Kamala. Oh, well, Kamala's, the TikTok stuff. I'm like, what in the fuck are you talking about? TikTok trends? Are you fucking kidding me? Have you seen the price of food? You think people give a fuck about a TikTok trend? Are you retarded? Well, Kamala's brat. That's going to do it. That's going to make everybody vote for 4 more years of this train wreck. But I understand why that you thought Kamala's going to win, because you're delusional. So you think the last 4 years were good. You think people were happy about Biden. You think that you think the only issue was that Biden. You people are so dumb that you think the last 4 years were good and people enjoyed it, and you think their only issue with Biden was his age, and the issue was the failure. It's crazy. I know that's what it is. Like that's why you all were so shocked. Because I'm analyzing the failure of Biden and the failure of Kamala as a candidate and how she's terrible. She can't say anything. And you're just thinking, okay, we got a younger person now that can speak and people love Democrats. And it's like, what? No, people hate Democrats. Your party's toxic as fuck. What are you talking about? You motherfuckers argue with me every day about this. Completely proven wrong. Everything you all said turned out to be bullshit. Why are you still arguing? Why are you still trying to tell people how things are going to go? You know nothing. Your track record is abysmal. Terrible. Oh, James Carville's lost his fucking mind.
What are you going for here with I'm worried that
I mean, this is the strategy. This is the strategy. This
Trump has syphilis.
Well, okay. First of all, there's something wrong with it.
Doug, people voted for Elon to be put in charge of that agency. It was a massive part of the campaign. Trump discussed it at every rally. Doug, this is why you lost the election. You have to stop speaking to your fellow Americans like they are stupid. Your fellow Americans are smarter than you, Doug. You are the stupid one. You are the gullible one, the naive one, the one that is brainwashed. And I know it takes a lot to look in that mirror and say, I'm wrong about literally everything I believe, but I've done it in my life. And it is time for you people to get a grip. You are not smarter than any of us. You have no right. In fact, time him out. You have no right to lecture me. I have proven myself. I have stood up here and I've backed up everything I've said. And I told you people, the days of lecturing me are long over. I have defeated you. I have embarrassed you and made a fool of you. And you will not sit there arrogantly anymore. You will be put in your place where you belong. And if I had my way, if I ever got power, you'd be on the front lines of that Ukrainian war that you love to support. And you would give your life for what you want other men to. That's the type of guy I am. So remember that when you want to come in here and go, well, Trump did this and he cut this. And I think you people should die on the front lines of the wars you support. I don't feel sorry for any of you. You've got it too damn good. You got it too good. Trump could put you in Gitmo. I wouldn't say nothing. I do not care about you people. You have sold us out one too many times. You're an enemy of sane people in this country. You are going to get violent. You are going to kill people. And it's only a matter of time. And you guys are already getting violent. You're going around harassing people for the car they drive. Unhinged. And I'm telling you how this ends. You will get violent. Laws will be passed. Your party will be viewed like the Ku Klux Klan. Your party will be viewed. That is the full circle and the irony of the Nazi thing, of calling everybody Nazis. By the time we're done with this, you will be considered Nazis. You will literally be viewed in history just like the Nazi party. Violent lunatics. who use violence to intimidate. Problem is, you're a bunch of soy boy losers, and no one's intimidated by you. And so once you get violent, once you start stepping up and doing this stuff, you're going to get hurt by these people. These people are going to fuck you up. And it's going to be self-defense. So I encourage you to come to your senses, get a grip, but I know you're not going to. You're going to get worse. And you're going to get violent. And there will be laws passed to deal with your party, to deal with people like you who are just, you've gone off the deep end. I mean, you can already see it. You see the defense of Hamas. When you see that, when you see how gleeful they were about Hamas and what they did, that's what they want to do to you. They want to come in your house and kill you and your family because you voted for Trump. That's exactly what they want to do. And they don't even hide it. There's TikTok video after TikTok video after TikTok video of liberals saying exactly that. Do something about these people. And everybody sees it. Everybody sees it. So I don't know what planet you live on where you're going to win the midterms. Not like this, you're not. Not like this, you're not. If you think people like violent lunatics, you are sadly mistaken. If you think people want to support a party that encourages people to vandalize people's vehicles because of who they voted for, it's not even who they voted for, it's just their vehicle. It's just their goddamn vehicle. Now, you can quit talking about Proud Boys and all this shit. When's the last time you seen a goddamn Proud Boy? Hey, when's the last time a Proud Boy busted out your car because it's a fucking Tesla or something? Give it a rest with that nonsense. Give it a rest with these lies, these silly lies. It's not 2019 anymore, man. It's 2025. And in 2025, the Democratic Party is toxic. The Democratic Party is violent. The Democratic Party is lunatics and unhinged. The Democratic Party supports criminals. The Democratic Party supports pedophilia. This is the Democratic Party. This is your party now. I'm sorry you don't like that. The Democratic Party doesn't like free speech. You guys got an uphill battle for that 2026 and 2028. And you're off to
That's
a bad
pretty
start.
clear. That meeting in the
Here's your Democrat strategist. Here's his strategy. Let's see his strategy.
Oval Office was a significant deterioration. Secondly, we do know that he did have red splotches on his hand, which, it could be an indication of syphilis. But the other thing that we know that we had to talk about on January.
Trump does not have syphilis, but Carville is deep in a fantasy. And the fantasy is this. Trump cheats on his wife and fucks whores and, so he's got syphilis. It's all based around this weird fantasy about a man that he doesn't even really know. I encourage you to resist these fantasies that have because you just sit. This guy looks retarded talking about this. And this is not swaying the minds of the voters. This ain't getting people to vote.
The 17th, 2017, Keith Schiller and two other goons broke into his doctor's office, Dr. Bornstein, and confiscated his health records. We have never seen them. We don't know what's in it. So if I take, of course, I'm speculating.
Yes.
But if he had an enlarged prostate or had a precancerous skin lesion, you wouldn't steal your medical records, would you? You wouldn't break into your internist and send people to confiscate your medical records. So unlike people who say, well, I'm just asking questions.
No, you're not.
Well, of course I. There's some deterioration in him. He did have skin splotches. He did confiscate his medical records. Maybe there's a benign explanation. I don't know, and we did watch a event unlike anything we've ever seen in American history in the Oval Office. And so people can say, well, that just kind of happened, and say, let's be fair about it. People can say, there's something really fundamentally wrong.
And see, he's taking that thing with Zazinski, and he's fucking making it into some nonsense. Like, these people are delusional, man. You're not going to win elections in delusion. It's just not going to happen. That's why Trump derangement syndrome is not good for you, because you can't think straight. He can't think straight. The poor guy. Delusional. I mean, listen to these people. They've lost it. Listen to this.
Principals, Secretary of State Rubio, National Security Advisor Mike Waltz kind of do the talking?
Look, the pressure that Trump has put on for a ceasefire is motivated by one thing: Trump's desire for good publicity and to buttress his case to get a Nobel Peace Prize. You want a ceasefire between two warring parties? They need to decide it.
Principals, Secretary of State Rubio, National.
Trump isn't responsible for lockdowns, and he's not responsible for the forced shots either. Those are both lies. And you just exposed yourself that you're not an independent because you literally just pushed Democrat lies. One thing you got to learn about this stream is you don't have to lie like that. Like, I see through you. You're a Democrat. I know you're a Democrat. I can listen. I've seen enough of your shit to know you're a Democrat. So no reason to lie about it. It is fascinating, though, that you are ashamed to admit you're a Democrat. Like, that brings me joy to know we're at a point in our society where now people are ashamed to be Democrats. They don't want people to think of them in that way. And people are starting to be okay with being called a Republican. So things are changing. It's another example that you're losing. And that's great. It's great for the country that you're losing.
Have you received any kind of explanation as to why former President Biden literally went against what former President Barack Obama did during his presidency? And the numbers show he actually deported more immigrants out of this country than Trump did. Yet Biden comes into office in 2020 and he went completely against what Obama had done. You ever received intel explanation as to why he did that?
You know, that's a great question. You're the first ones to ask me that question, right? Now, I surmise, I have an opinion that I think this administration thought these millions of people are going to be future Democratic voters. But one of the things Biden also did, in addition to destroying all the programs we put in place to give us the most secure border, he overturned the Trump census rule, which means millions of people they've released in sanctuary cities will be counted in the next census, which is going to result in what? More seats in House for the.
You're center right, but you're pushing Democrat talking points and lies. Yeah. Come on, man.
The damage. So I truly believe
you're not in here with a rookie, bro. You're not talking to a rookie. You're talking to a vet in the game, bro.
And I've said this. Why do I think he did it on purpose? Because Joe Biden was vice president.
I know all your lines.
Barack Obama when he had those record removals. Alejandro Mayorkas was a deputy secretary under Obama.
You don't sound like no center right guy.
And we had families. We had thousands of families coming across the border every day. How did we stop it? We built family residential centers. We held them long enough to see a judge. 90% lost a case. 90%. So we put them in an airplane, sent them home, the border numbers tanked. So both those men knew how we solved that crisis. When they came back in as now the secretary and the president, what did they do? The complete opposite. They didn't detain, they released. They didn't make them see a judge, and they weren't removing them. So they did the complete opposite of what they knew worked under President Obama.
Wow. Let me ask.
And Techie, I banned you because I told you yesterday to hush about it. You just kept on. You trying to get that pedophile back in the Discord. You want that pedophile back. Now you can be with him in hell. Warned you. I warned you, Techie. I warned you.
They took Hunter Biden's laptop from hell, came from Russia. When they knew it came right from his bedroom, they knew that. It was a big lie, and they knew it so well. They spied on my campaign, launched one hoax and disinformation operation after another, broke the law on a colossal scale, persecuted my family, staff, and supporters, raided my home, Mar-a-Lago, and did everything within their power to prevent me from becoming the president of the United States. With the help of radicals like
Trump ain't gonna run for a third time. Let me educate you. Let me help you. It's a great teaching moment. Trump is doing that so you'll hyperventilate about it. And then when it doesn't happen, people will go, oh, remember how they always was saying he was going to have a third term and he just never did? He was just joking around, like he would just tell Joe stuff. And you just look silly. It's done to discredit you. The supporters know he's just joking around. And the supporters know that he says all the time that he's not going to run for a third term. He says it all the time. But he can make these little jokes and stuff because it will cause you to hyperventilate about it. And then it won't happen. And people are just going to, your credibility is going to take a hit. You've got to stop taking the bait all the time. You've got to learn how to play the game. You should know how to play it by now, and none of you do, and that's why he's fucking you up every day. Because you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And your influencers are giving you the worst advice ever.
Mark Pomerantz. And these are people that nobody's ever seen anything like it. So many others, but these are people that
Democrats need a leader so bad. Like, they need someone to, like, rise from the ashes as the leader. Like, a real leader that they respect. I don't know who that person is, but it has to be someone that can go up to the Kalinskis and the Bosches and the Destinys and put them in their fucking place, decimate them, and show a new way for the Democrats to go. The Democrats need new leadership. They need a new path. And it's going to have to, they need a Trump type of guy to come in and like take over the fucking party. And really smack around all these fucking clowns. They need it bad. I don't know who that is. Because it can't be a delusional guy. It's got to be it's got to be, And you can't completely sell out the Democratic ideas, the liberal, because there are popular liberal ideas. You can't sell them out. So it's a tricky path. It's a tricky situation. And I don't know if there's anybody that can, that has the genius to do it. I think everyone with sense has went Republican, so you're fucked.
Bad people, really bad people. They tried to turn America into a corrupt communist and third world country. But in the end, the thugs failed and the truth won. Freedom won, justice won, democracy won, and above all, the American people won. There could be no more heinous betrayal of American values than to use the law to terrorize the innocent and reward the wicked. And that's what they were doing at a level that's never been seen before. And it's exactly what you saw with Joe Biden, Merrick Garland, and their cronies to do the building of the last 4 years. What they've ripped down is incalculable. But what you're going to build up is likewise something that will be breaking all sorts of records. They set loose violent criminals while targeting patriotic parents at school board meetings. They dropped charges against Antifa and Hamas supporters while labeling traditional Catholics as domestic terrorists to Catholics. We did very well with the Catholic vote, so I want to thank them for that.
It's a good point. New York man, now I know you're trolling. Trolling for attention. See how boring it is? Kamala Harris has no chance of being president ever. She's the worst candidate that I've seen in a long time. J.D. Vance is a force to be reckoned with. And if you think otherwise, you're wrong again. As long as Trump does a good job over the next 4 years, J.D. Vance is going to cruise to victory. There's not much you can do about that because you don't have a candidate worth a damn. So you need you need something special. You need a real special candidate. And, I just can't name that person. I don't know who can do it. I don't know who can. It's like walking a tightrope, really, if you think about it. Because you're going to have to really, like, fucking come in there and, God, it's. Bashir? Oh, no. Oh, no. Definitely not Bashir. You need a special candidate. You need somebody really. Bashir's not going to throw these horrible topics under the bus. He's going to go along with them. You need someone. That's what I'm saying. It's just the party's in bad shape because you've lost so many voters. You've turned so many people off that some people are just not coming back. That's why I'm saying you need a special guy. You need a special candidate. It's got to be a guy, too, by the way. Got to be a guy. And it's got to be a very charismatic, it's got to be a very special guy who can bring the voters back. And he's got to. It's. If you remember when Trump took over the Republican Party, it was like a battle. It was like Trump taking over, like having to destroy Bush and destroy these people, and he had to go after some of the influencers, and Trump had to battle all these fucking people. And that's what the Democrats need. They need somebody to like take their party over. And it ain't no Josh Shapiro. No, it's got to be someone who can. You have to decimate your own party. You understand that, right? You have to come in and decimate your own party. That's what Trump did. He came in, he decimated all these unpopular Republicans. And then people was like, "Oh man, now this is the type of Republican I've been waiting on. This type of guy here, not these other fucking weak motherfuckers. This guy's got some balls." But Democrats need something even more than that. They need someone who. But see, Trump did that. He would go up there on those debates and he'd eviscerate these bad Republican ideas. You know, he would shit all over these fucking idiots starting these wars and all this. And now Trump has completely flipped the Republican Party where it's like anti-war. Where when I was growing up, it was pro-war, and the Democrats were anti-war. So they said, but they voted for the Iraq War too. So they're fuck. Democrats have always been liars. You definitely need somebody that can talk. I mean, I'm trying to think of who. I know Stephen A seems to be flirting with it. He can definitely talk. It's going to be very interesting to see who they run. If it's Josh Shapiro, Kamala Harris, Newsom, who's that other person any of those people, they're gonna lose. No chance. All of those people are toxic. They wouldn't let Josh Shapiro be the vice presidential candidate because they were afraid that their voters wouldn't vote for a Jew. So that should tell you where the Democrats are. It's bad. They fucking done. So he's not going to be the nominee. Beto was a terrible candidate. Buttigieg, a terrible candidate. No chance, either of those people. I hope you run one of these people. They're terrible. Whitmore, terrible. Terrible candidates. No chance. No chance. You got to understand, J.D. Vance is going to eviscerate these people. That's what I'm saying. You need a fresh candidate. You need somebody fresh. You need a guy. Let me go like this. Then I'll explain. You won't get it because you're a dumb liberal, but I will explain it to you. The problem you face. You need a guy that can talk. You need someone that when J.D. Vance brings up all these Democrat failures of the past, he can go, listen, I'm not with those people. I just got here. I'm new. I'm fresh. I'm coming into the party. And JD's right. These were terrible ideas and they set us back, but I've got a new path forward. That's what you need. That's what you need. So that's what I would be looking for. I would completely forget about the trans topic. I would apologize to the country for pushing that crap. But see, none of you all are going to do that. That's why it's got to be an outsider that comes in that people can say, well, he's not with them. He's just opposing Trump because, and some of the stuff that, Trump's doing, he's got to have sense enough to know what to attack and not to attack. And I just don't know who that guy is. And the strategy would be to go on all these podcasts, like go on all the leftist streams and podcasts, and one by one eviscerate those people to their audiences. And that's how you take over the party, and that's how you get the votes. But it has to be someone liberals like. I can't do it. You understand? It can't. It can't be me. Can't be Trump or Elon. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be someone that liberals really like and really idolize. And then he goes on like Destiny Stream and eviscerates Destiny. But he eviscerates him from a liberal perspective, not a right wing, but you can tell the guy is a liberal. You can tell he's a Democrat, but he just has more sense than these other guys. That's what you need. And that may be Stephen A. Stephen A. is flirting with it 100%. And I think, Stephen A. Stephen A. had been doing this, debating on television, debating people for a long time about sports and stuff. But, that may be the best bet you got. A guy that can go on these radio shows and these podcasts and can hold his own against with these idiots. I seen him do it on The View. Seen him go on The View and was putting them bitches in their place. So it could be Stephen A. That may be the best bet you got. Because you gotta have a talker. You gotta have a guy that can go toe to toe with Vance on the mic. I mean, you gotta have a guy with a lot of experience public speaking and talking. You can't. I'm telling you, JD Vance is gonna eviscerate some fucking milquetoast nerd. Plus, they're memeing JD Vance to new levels of greatness. I mean, he's being memed. I mean, his favorability is through the roof. People like JD Vance. And he has a Indian wife. There's pictures of him dressed up in like Indian attire and Indian. So that, trying to call him racist and stuff's not going to work. Like, you guys have a real. JD Vance is like Trump, but polished. Really polished. And it's going to be hard to beat him. I think he might get more votes than Trump. And if Trump's had a successful 4 years, he's going to be campaigning for JD. He's going to be saying, hey, we got to keep him. We got to get him in to continue the legacy, continue the work. And if the last 4 years been good and it's been good progress, I mean, yeah, why fuck it up, man? No sense fucking it up. People already did that before they fucked it up. They voted for Biden. So people are going to be wary about putting Democrats back in power, number one. You guys are in for a real tough battle. So I don't know where all this smug, arrogant shit is coming from, but you might want to get a grip, man. You might want to realize that it's not based in reality, guys. I get it's fun to be delusional and cold, but it ain't gonna get you nowhere. Stand back. And stand the fuck back. Stand by and stand the fuck back. See that picture that girl posted, or Harry posted that picture with that girl? She wouldn't show her face. She's ashamed. She's like, oh, everyone calls you a faggot on the internet. I don't want people to know I'm with you. You can take a picture, but I'm not putting my face in it. You know, he begged her for that picture. Come on, baby, let me take a picture. Okay, but you're not showing my face. Everyone's calling me gay. Calling me a faggot. Please let me. Oh. And it's probably not even his girl, it's just some friend of his. Because she thinks he's gay too. And she's like, fine, I'll sit on your lap, whatever. Just so people think you got a girlfriend. Oh, thanks. Thank you. John Cusick cried. What else happened today? Oh yeah, Bill Burr. Let's talk about he's unhinged. Listen to him.
Period. And then like a few years later, this guy sieged Heil twice.
Two of them.
Once in the front, if you missed it in the back. And it's just like, he still has a job. That guy still has a job. I don't understand those guys. And this isn't politically. It's just like, I don't understand why they're so upset with this country. It's like, you're billionaires. I think it's working for you. Like, you know, why are you going and telling everybody, you know, justify what you do? It's like, fucking justify what you do. That piece of shit car that you're making that the government financed. No?
But you know what you just said? You said that Elon still has a job. He's the richest man in the world. There's nothing they can do to him. And that's all he proved. There's nothing anybody can do to him by throwing up when he did that. What do you take from him? He's not Kyrie Irving. He's not Kanye. Like, what do you do?
Yeah, but you keep, I don't know. Listen, I don't know how this shit works. I'm just saying that, you know, if you said the wrong thing as a comedian, all of a sudden you lost your TV
but
show.
You're not the richest man in the world. If you was the richest comedian in the world, ever.
What I don't get is the amount of veterans that people in the armed services that died trying to stop Hitler. And then this guy comes in, you know, and does that. While being an immigrant, too, which is kind of the whole thing, just none of it, like, tracks how you can be the support the troops, you know, America, love it or leave it. And then this guy comes in and gives a shout out to Hitler.
Makes no sense at all.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Because it's a fucking fantasy in your head. It makes more sense, and I explained this when it happened. It makes more sense that Elon has autism and he just made a good, and he was waving, you know, and he was just excited, whatever. That makes more sense than this praise theory that he's an undercover Nazi. An undercover Nazi who supports Jews in Israel. Explain that. So instead of going, maybe I'm wrong about that being a Nazi salute, you know, maybe, I mean, he said my heart goes out to you, and then maybe it's not, you know. No, it's just, it doesn't make sense, but it's got to be that way. And how come people don't see it the way I see it? What's wrong with them? Well, because we all watched it, and we all heard the explanation, and it made sense. That explanation made sense. him being a Nazi made no sense because he loves fucking Israel. There's pictures of him wearing that little hat on his head and all kinds of shit, man. Like, being a Nazi means you hate Jews. It doesn't mean you hate immigrants and shit. I mean, the number one thing about being Nazis is they hate Jews. That's a big part of being a Nazi. That's probably the biggest part, is the Jew hate. So how can he be a Nazi and not hate and he loves Jews. I did the stream that night and showed you all this Elon stuff and talking about Jews and how much he loves Jews and he hates Holocaust denial and all that shit. That's the first Nazi I've ever seen that doesn't deny the Holocaust.
So, I don't know, but then somehow that gets like politicized. I'm not trashing Republicans. All Republicans did not Sieg Heil. That guy did. And I was just amazed that all liberals had was one day of outrage. And they're like, all right, I guess that didn't work. And then we just kind of move on.
Because they realize they can't do anything to him. Like, what do you do other than send out some...
Because the lie didn't work. The lie didn't work, so everybody just kind of moved on because they realized, oh, this lie is not going to work. And you're the only fucking retard still sitting around screaming about Nazis. And everybody else is just rolling their eyes going, oh, please, this guy's a Nazi based on some fucking thing he did with his hand. But what about all the other stuff he does that is anti-Nazi stuff, like the opposite of Nazi? What about all that shit? Does it matter? I'm supposed to just ignore all that shit? I'm supposed to ignore all the sucking off of the fucking Jews because he did some little thing with his hand? I mean, come on. Silly. That's silly. And this guy's right. You gotta be a fucking moron to believe that was a Nazi salute. It's ridiculous. A couple fucking years ago, Elon was a goddamn Democrat. Today, the fugitive leader of ISIS in Iraq was killed. He was relentlessly hunted down by our intrepid warfighters. His miserable life was terminated along with another member of ISIS in coordination with the Iraqi government and the Kurdish regional government. Peace through strength. Imagine you're ISIS. You're fucked up. Trump just decimates you. Decimates you. Did you ever heard him tell the story of flying into Iraq? He told it on Rogan. We flying to Iraq, fucking 3 a.m. to meet with the commanders on the ground. So and discuss how to take ISIS out. That motherfucker. Think about this. Think about this. The president of the United States had to fly in to a fucking shithole war zone in the dead of night just to meet with the commanders on the ground, just so he could personally give them his orders. Because if he gave the orders from Washington, it would never get to them. Do you see how fucked up this is? You see why you need Elon to start firing some motherfuckers? You understand the problem? You understand why you need Pete Hegseth in there? You see the problem where the president's got to risk his life flying. Why is the president got to fly into Iraq? Why can't he just pick up the phone and go, hey, here's what I want you to do? Well, what the hell? But imagine it. You're getting decimated. Then this guy loses. Biden gets in there, starts giving you money and stuff. So you start to regroup. You start to rebuild the organization. And then here this motherfucker comes again and just starts fucking you up again. You're like, holy shit. You know they're scared of Trump. That's why they got hits on him and shit. He's terrorizing these lunatics. Terrorizing them. And I voted for that. America will quit. It's time that they get terrorized.
Because he's having trouble with a prosthetic leg or a prosthetic arm or with Agent Orange or Burn syndrome. What would happen to those individuals specifically under the passage of the Republican bill?
Go ahead.
Hello?
Looks like we've lost.
I think we've lost the.
Hakeem Jeffries has lost audio. I would have loved to have heard that answer.
I wouldn't. Who cares? He don't have an answer. Oh, you see this woman hit Trump in the face with a mic?
Mr. President, obviously you're concerned. You're concerned about the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the hostages back?
She just became a big story tonight, right? Yes, sir. Did you see that?
In Gaza, Mr. President, obviously you're concerned. You're concerned about the situation in Gaza. What are the hopes now to get the?
Who did that? Put her in Gitmo now. Gitmo tomorrow now. Straight to Gitmo. Dude, every day I see Adam Schiff cry, and I just go like this. Oh, man. Now they're going to start burning Steak and Shakes down. I mean, these people are on hands, I'm telling you. Be careful at Steak and Shake. Oh, did you see faggot Mark Kelly? These people are fucking retards, I'm telling you. These people, bro, I'm telling you. When I see videos like this, I think, like, I could be a congressman. I could win. I could definitely win. Like, if I just really locked in for a year, really got it together, I could win easily. These fucking people are retarded. Like, they're just the most retarded. They do the most retarded shit. And every time I see it, I'm just like, man, can we grow the fuck up? Is this really what people want to vote for? Some immature child? What the fuck is this shit?
Hey, folks.
And I understand why, like, people like Trump win their elections, because anytime you get a guy that just clowns the fuck out of this retarded shit, that's people vote for that, because this shit is so retarded that you just need to make fun of it. These people are dumb as fuck. They're not serious at all. And ain't this guy a former like astronaut and all this shit? And he's like, I'm selling my Tesla. And then he went out and bought a big gas guzzling SUV. It's the funniest shit.
Hey, folks, Mark Kelly here in Washington, driving to work for the last time in my Tesla. When I bought this thing, I didn't think it was going to become a political issue. Every time I get in this car in the last...
It's not a political issue, though. It's a car. It's a fucking car. Like, why doesn't he make a video and go, yeah, I got a Tesla. I've had it for years. It's a nice car and stuff. And Elon makes a great car. I mean, there's no disputing that. It's just, just we need a little transparency. But there is full transparency with all this shit they're cutting with that Doge. So why they keep lying about that? There's a fucking Twitter account you can go look at. It's got all the shit on it. But what is so hard about saying that's a great car and everything? But it's not about the car. It's not about Tesla. It's not about none of that. It's not about bankrupting Tesla and costing Americans jobs. I mean, I don't even really know what he's mad at. But there's a better way to there's a better way to be. There's a better way to represent the country than this fucking patheticness. Where I'm going to get rid of my car. I'm ashamed to drive it. Ashamed of what? You might gain some respect of the people out there in the country if you just treated them like adults and you acted like an adult yourself. and you said, yeah, we need to cut waste and fraud, but we also, we need to know exactly what, there's maybe he's going too far. Maybe he shouldn't cut. You need examples, You need to be saying, but we shouldn't be cutting this. But I don't even think they have examples, really. It's just straight fear-mongering retardness. And he should be encouraging people not to attack Teslas, not to vandalize people's cars. It's fucking retarded. But instead, he feeds into that. This is why Democrats are so bad. He feeds into that. And he's like, I'm going to get rid of mine for somebody else bust the window out. I have this car and I feel like a piece of shit. Well, what about all the people that have one that can't just get rid of it, man? They should be shamed into getting rid of it. Terrible.
60 days or so.
He's not doing it because it's a free. Knock it the fuck off. He's doing it as some type of political stunt. He's feeding into this thing where, oh, you can't be seen in a Tesla. That makes you like some bad person. And when you've got people vandalizing people's Teslas and you got all this shit going on in the country right now, people like this should be saying, and they shouldn't be feeding into that. And that's exactly what he's doing.
Reminds me of just how much damage Elon Musk and Donald Trump is doing to our country.
But see, the strategy is to bankrupt Tesla. I understand the strategy. But it's going to backfire because it's an anti-American strategy. Because you want to bankrupt an American company. You want to cost American jobs. And ultimately, the public supports what Elon's doing. They know that there's fraud and waste in the government, and they're glad that someone's finally doing something about it. And so what Elon's doing is very popular. And so this anti-Tesla movement will backfire on you. It will cost you votes in the future. It makes you look ridiculous. I mean, I encourage you to keep doing it, quite frankly.
About slashing Social Security, cutting healthcare benefits for poor people, for seniors.
See, this is all lies. This is just a bunch of lies.
It's one bad thing.
This is what they always say about Republicans. It's a bunch of shit. I've heard it my whole fucking life. It's a bunch of nonsense.
After the next. He's firing veterans. I'm a veteran. So I have a really hard time driving around in this thing. So I think it's time for...
He's not specifically targeting veterans. He's not like singling them out or some shit.
Upgrade today. So this is going to be my last...
This idea that you work for the government and you can never be fired. We can never fire people from the government. We just have to endlessly continue to grow government. And there can be no cut. There can be no shrinkage of it. No, that's not what people voted for in the last election. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm sorry that you lost, but you lost. And you lost in every way possible. So you have no right to be crying about anything. You lost.
Last trip.
Just like we lost 4 years ago and we had to suck it up and deal with your agenda being implemented and all the chaos that it caused. Now you have to deal with our agenda. We won. I told you that smug ass, arrogant attitude you have for the last 4 years was going to bite you in your ass. Now here we are. Here we are. Elon knows the risk of what he's doing. There should be no risk. But the Democratic Party has gone insane. Completely insane. And you know they're the bad guys because they're the ones willing. I mean, everybody wants to talk about January 6th. Once again, that wasn't an attack on the government. The people went up there to the government. And there were feds involved, and we've been over all this. What the Democrats are doing is encouraging people to go after private citizens' cars and fuck them up. It's insane. So don't go to Washington and smack around, which you shouldn't, by the way, because it'd be used against you. It's a bad idea, as we've seen. If you didn't learn anything from January 6th, you're a retard. The feds want you to do shit like that. That's why they got all them. I mean, you're right in the heart of it. You think they ain't got a ton of feds around that Capitol? Shit, come on. Come on. Knock it off. You're in the fucking heart of it. The heart of the beast. But when it comes to your car, fuck you. When it comes to your personal car, when it comes to the hallowed halls of the Capitol, how dare. When it comes to your car, fuck your car. That's what these people think about you. When it's them and their little hallowed halls, oh God. Oh God. When it's your fucking car, they can burn that motherfucker to the ground for all they care. You shouldn't have one, you dumb fuck. Elon knows the risk, all this fucking stupid shit. And I love every second of it. I love waking up and seeing it. I love seeing this. Because I want to win the midterms. I want J.D. Vance to win the presidency. So I love seeing this. So I encourage you to keep doing what you're doing. Because it's just going to help me be right. And I win. I just wonder when you're going to get a little self-awareness about this shit.
In this car, there are some things I really like.
This guy could have really done his party a great service if he would have just said, look, I got a Tesla. Lots of people have them. It's a very good car. Elon makes a great. I mean, I could make a better ad than him. It's so easy. Like, this is so fucking easy. This is like just a layup. Man, I don't understand how you fuck this up. Where it's like, yeah, Elon makes a great car. I love my Tesla. I have no plans to get rid of it. We need electric cars. The environment. Let's not lose sight of the climate change. Let's not lose sight of what's really important, and that's our planet's future. Because without a planet, it doesn't matter what's being cut. You know, there won't be Social Security, there won't be Medicare, there won't be anything if we don't protect our planet, folks. But just because Elon can make a great car and make a great rocket doesn't mean he knows what he's doing when it comes to cutting our government. He should not be the one. There's a way to do this, and there's a way to fuck it up. And this is a fuck up. This is some cringe, embarrassing shit where I've been bullied into getting rid of my car. I got to get rid of this Tesla, or I won't. I'll probably lose my next election because my voters are fucking insane. And rather than appealing to normal people, sane, rational people who might have saw this video and said, "Oh yeah, he's good for him. Good for him, not throwing the Tesla owners under the bus and putting more scrutiny on Tesla owners because they vote too, you know." If I see this and I own a Tesla, I'm like, goddamn, man. Like, I don't want to get rid of my car. It's a huge inconvenience, and I saved up to get that car, and I don't, helps me with. I don't have to spend money on gas. It's really helped a lot, and I got to get rid of it because somebody might fuck it up. Because I don't even like Trump. I voted for Kamala, but what the fuck? And now this fucking guy's fucking throwing me under the bus too. Pathetic. This is your leadership. This is your fucking leadership.
Liked about it. There are things I didn't like about it, but that doesn't matter. What matters is, doing the right thing. I think it's time to get rid of it.
The right thing is getting rid of your car. You see the problem? You see was he a senator? And he's saying the right thing to do is get rid of your Tesla. So if you're just an average Joe with a Tesla, yeah, you need to get rid of that Tesla. That's what the Democratic Party is telling you to do. Get rid of your car. Get rid of your electric car. Elon derangement syndrome is a motherfucker. It's a strong motherfucker.
You know, Elon Musk kind of turned out to be an asshole. And
why? Why did Elon Musk turn out to be an ass? Like, explain it. Explain what he's doing that's so bad.
I don't want to be driving a car built and designed by an asshole. So, looking forward to my new ride.
And then went and got a gas guzzling SUV. You can't make this shit up.
I would like for you to die of measles, of polio, of all the horrible diseases that living in this country, in this bubble of privilege and ignorance and morbid stupidity, you've had the luxury of not having to worry about it because it doesn't really affect you. I hope it affects you. I hope it affects your children and your grandchildren. I hope it guts your community. That will make my life meaningful and extremely happy.
Wow, what an amazing experience.
Did you get all of that? Hey,
what an amazing experience that was.
Did you get all that?
Fantastic. Keep going. Keep going. Continue the unhinged behavior. I can't wait to vote for Vance. God, I hope I'm here in 4 years to vote for Vance. Let the man do what he wants. I mean, what a weird, like, you guys are not good at this. What a weird, like, reply to everything I just said. Let him do what he wants with his car. Like, what kind of argument is that? Just explain to you the pure propaganda, the reasoning behind it, the agenda. And that's all you can say. It's hilarious. Because you can't process it. You're too dumb. The bull is HIV positive. I've been rock hard since I found out. I talked to my wife and she promised that, for those of you who don't know what a bull is, this is as we see up top here. Let's make this a little bit bigger. But as we see up top here, the cuckold community. So this is a community of cuckolds, I would say. I think this is Reddit. Is this Reddit, or I don't know where this screenshot's from, but it says the bull is HIV. The bull would be the big dick black guy that fucks his wife. The bull. I've been rock hard since I found out. I talked to my wife and she promised that he'd always be wearing a condom. My wife is currently pregnant, and the idea that only a thin bit of latex prevents his supercharged, paused load from affecting my wife and her baby is the most erotic thing ever. What? Good God. Good God. Send them all to Gitmo, including the baby. Fuck did I just read? They're making fun of Elon's son. There's excitement. Still crying about climate change. I mean, give it a rest. God, give it a rest with climate change. What? That's gotta be fake. Bill Clinton didn't like that. What the fuck? And my God, all the liberals or all the conservatives, they might as well be liberals, crying because the Hodge twins had that whore on the podcast. They have a podcast, and the Hodge twins had that whore, Lily Phillips, on there. So what? It's a podcast. It's this fucking woman who's in the news all the time being a whore. And we're going to ask her some questions. So what? Nobody wants you motherfuckers being daddy either. So get a grip. Oh, it's a conservative show. The Hodge twins ain't even ever been conservative the whole fucking time. They used to fucking, I mean, give me a break. They've never been some type of fucking like Jesus freak, fucking holier than thou, can't talk about this. I mean, give me a break. Give me a break. I see Republicans are like, they shouldn't be platforming this woman. It's like, you sound just like a liberal. Shut up. You sound stupid. Try to tell somebody who can they have on this show. You act like they're in there fucking them on the desk. You act like they fucked her on the desk. You can't even talk to somebody on your show. Or you're fucking, now you're a liberal or something. Get a grip with that shit.
Начнем работу, и
Let's check in on Putin.
в повестке дня у нас сегодня плановый вопрос о восстановлении российско-американских отношений. Мы знаем, что новая администрация во главе с президентом Трампом делает все для того, чтобы восстановить хоть что-то из того, что было практически сведено к нулю, уничтожено прежней американской администрацией. Процесс этот непростой, если не сказать сложный, но тем не менее...
I mean, exactly. Exactly. People seem to forget that there's another reason Donald Trump ain't shitting all over Putin, just talking shit and running his fucking mouth. Because he's trying to restore diplomatic relations with Russia. Biden been talking heavy shit. And Biden never picked up the phone, called him. There was no communication. Because he was too busy sitting around talking shit. So Trump has to restore some relations here. We can't get to a peace deal and end this fucking war if talking all this shit is not going to work. Gotta get a new approach here. Might have to kiss a little bit of ass a little bit. Might have to be nice to this guy for a little bit. And get tough when it really matters, when there's really something. But we ain't gonna get nowhere coming out the gate all tough with the motherfucker. Because you've been tough on him for 3 years and it ain't done shit. You've been talking shit. You've been getting up in front of a microphone and calling him Hitler and all this shit. It hasn't worked, bro. And that's what he's saying here. He's saying that Trump's trying to repair something that was almost destroyed. And that's the relation between Russia and America, where we were getting to a point where it ain't gonna be no relation. Because we're having a fucking proxy war with them. It's insane, actually. It's actually fucking insane what you Democrats have been doing. It's dangerous as shit.
Как всем хорошо известно, и у меня состоялся телефонный разговор с президентом Трампом. Состоялись первые контакты нашего министра иностранных дел со своим американским коллегой, и помощник президента России Ушаков встречался со своими визави. Так что в целом ситуация как бы начинает двигаться. Ну, посмотрим, что из этого получится. Мы сегодня этой темой и позанимаемся. У нас два докладчика: Лавров Сергей Викторович и Нарышкин Сергей Евгеньевич. Но прежде чем начать работу, хотел бы сказать, что мы ознакомились с сегодняшним обращением президента США господина Трампа пощадить жизни военнослужащих украинской армии, части которой заблокированы российскими войсками в зоне вторжения ВСУ в Курскую область. В этой связи обращаем внимание, что украинские боевики совершили в зоне вторжения многочисленные преступления против гражданского населения. Эти деяния, как я уже говорил, квалифицируются Генеральной прокуратурой Российской Федерации как терроризм. Вместе с тем, мы с пониманием относимся к призыву президента Трампа руководствоваться в отношении этих военнослужащих соображениями гуманитарного характера. В этой связи подчеркну, что в случае сложения оружия и сдачи в плен им будет гарантирована жизнь и достойное обращение в соответствии с нормами международного права и законами Российской Федерации. Для эффективной реализации призыва президента США необходим соответствующий приказ военно-политического руководства Украины своим воинским подразделениям сложить оружие и сдаться в плен.
Act like you know more than Trump. He knows all. Clearly, he knows what the fuck's going on. Why don't you just let Daddy Trump handle it? Let your daddy handle it. You've made a mess of the house. You've caused all this chaos. Just let your daddy clean it up. Go sit down somewhere. Go play your video games. So I don't understand you liberals. Just go play your video games and go fuck off. Go masturbate to Pornhub. Do whatever you do. And just let Trump fix it so you don't have to go fight and die in a fucking war. Why is this such a big fucking deal? That you can't just go sit down and hush. I don't understand. All the people defending this shit, ain't none of them gonna want to fight it if they were drafted to fight it. They'd all be crying. Why are you wanting to escalate this? I don't get it. Well, Putin's gonna take over the world or something. I mean, what the fuck? But he can't even take over Ukraine. That's what you keep telling me. You keep telling me he can't even take over Ukraine. You keep mocking him, making fun of him. But at the same time, he's going to take over the world if we don't continue to send every damn dollar we have to him or to Zelensky. I mean, give me a break. And Zelensky got humbled. He needs to put a suit on and show up. He needs to put a suit on and sign the fucking deal. Sign the damn minerals. They're extorting. They're extorting us. Extorting Ukraine. You saw that? Did I play that video of that one nerd yesterday? Did I play that guy in the crowd? What are you gonna do about President Trump extorting our allies? Like, shut up, you fucking idiot. Shut up. God, arrest that guy in the crowd. 83,000 caretakers from the VA. No. They're like, what about the care workers? What about the care workers? Like, hey, man, what about me? You'll be all right. You'll get another job. What about me? You never cared about me. Now you want me to care about the care workers, the illegal. I can't care about all these people, man. Damn, there's too many of them. There's too many people to care about. Just goddamn care about yourself. You're on your own. You're on your own. Go work at Tinder Touch or something. And enough of Meghan Markle. Enough. Good Lord. Literally nobody cares. But nobody cares. I don't even care to insult her. She's just irrelevant. Quit trying to make Meghan Markle a thing. It's not a thing. No, none of us give a shit. We don't want to hear about her. We don't care that she's starting another irrelevant podcast nobody's going to listen to. Nobody cares. Here's Hitler looking at a card. There's Trump. Oh, good job. John Cusick. What a genius. He's got me blocked. What a genius. Totally the same thing. Trump voters in Michigan focus group have buyer's remorse. I'm sure they do. Let me guess it's about Elon. They keep trying to gaslight. This is the craziest shit I've ever seen. Where they try to gaslight you into what you believe. They're like, you're upset about what Trump's doing. No, I'm not. I'm actually ecstatic. I love it. I wake up every day. I say, fuck yeah. He's still smacking him around. It's crazy. I wake up every day and I think, he's probably gonna lay off a little bit today. It's been a couple of months now just smacking him. This is getting crazy. And he's still like stomping him into the ground. Every day I get up and he's just stomping them in the ground. And I'm like, God damn. To the point where I just expect it now. Just get up and it's like, oh, okay. Just stomp him in the ground. Like if he wasn't smacking you around, I'd notice. Because he's been just consistently smacking you the fuck around. And it's like every day you're just, the other day he was on the stock market, and I really heard a lot about the stock market today, so things must be calming the fuck down with that. Because you ain't really crying about that today. But you're still crying about that Elon thing from months ago. It's just silly. Like, who cares about that? And who listens to the Breakfast Club? Who listens to the radio? Nobody. People see that clip and they go, Bill Burr's a fucking idiot. And then they just get on with their day. Damn, he got the video where he smashes that dude. This is crazy. Trump be putting out the kill cam. President Trump terminates ISIS leader. The kill cam. Damn. What a shot. Is there like music playing over this or something? You need a killer soundtrack. for this. Imagine you're in that truck and you're just driving down the road and you probably don't even hear this whatever's flying over this, you probably don't even hear it. You don't see it. It's not on the radar. The type of shit you got. It's just you're just driving. You probably think, "Oh, I'm just driving, man." And then fucking, I wonder if you hear this fucking thing fire. I wonder if you hear like, boom, boom. You're like, what the fuck was that? Boom. Damn. Did they fire a second one? I didn't see a second one. Or did the truck just blow up? Actually insane. Oh yeah, second one. God dang, man. Boom. Watch it. See another one come in there. Boom. Two of them done. The first one probably did it, but the second one just for good measure. Trump seen what you did. You thought he was gone. He seen what you did. Your daddy saw what you did, and you just got fucking smashed. Damn. Oh. Jesus. It's raining. Larson's scared to death. He's scared. Larson's scared. Larson's afraid. The stock market, my retirement. Well, how will the storm impact my retirement? I typed in storm and nothing even really came up except a dust storm. Nobody gives a fuck about the rain, Larson. The wind. And I haven't seen eggs go down once yet at the store, so I believe it when I see it. My own eyes. Look at that fucking, imagine being a bird. Sitting in the fucking, getting snowed on. What the fuck? Like just a fucking eagle. Sitting on a hill. No, he's in a tree. In a fucking tree. Just weathering a storm in a tree. Oh, here it is. This is what's gonna come kill you.
Power flash! Funnel! Right above it!
Get inside, Larson. Get inside.
Power flash! Another power flash! Multiple power flashes! Power's out! Power's out! Funnel right there!
Damn.
It's right there! Tornado on the ground! Tornado on the ground! It's right there! You see it? It's right there!
This dude's out of his mind.
Tornado on the ground! It's right there!
I feel like I'm in a movie.
Tornado on the ground! Power flash!
Good lord, look at that.
Flash! Oh my god!
it just shut everything down. It shut all that lights down. Wait, go back. Got dark as shit. But there was a bunch of lights. Like this shit. Look at this shit. There's a light here and it's gone. This way.
It just hit something!
Imagine you're driving down the road and that's to the right of you, a fucking tornado. Every time the lightning flashes,
Tornado on the
it.
ground! Tornado on the ground! Just hit Villa Ridge! Tornado on the ground! Just hit Villa Ridge! Tornado on the ground!
This is some serious shit, Larson. Goddamn!
Tornado on the ground! Just hit Villa Ridge! Someone get the report in! Tornado on the ground! Just hit Villa Ridge! Yeah, strong RFD! Strong RFD! Tornado on the ground!
Nothing happening outside where I am. Tornado on the ground!
Fire flash!
And look how lit up it was at the beginning of the video.
Funnel! Right above it!
And that thing just fucking destroyed everything. Probably killed some people too. Crazy. Lord.
There goes another one. There goes. There goes.
Maybe. I don't live down there. Shit. Chemtrail people think it's the chemtrails. It's probably just gonna rain. Probably just gonna rain. You're crying like a baby. Crying like a little baby. I'm scared. Turn your camera on and go outside and give us a live report. But the fucking news ain't even talking about no rain. Not here. Well, here it is. Greatest threat. Late Friday night. I don't live over there. So what do I care? I live like here. Somewhere in here. So I'm in yellow. Here's a web.
Fueling the big storms now immediately west of our region. We got a lot to talk about. Let's start off with the nice weather. And it is nice out there. We have partly cloudy skies, 75 degrees, humidity, 37% of south wind, 16. I think it's going to stay quiet for the next several hours. Still have a clean sweep on the radar everywhere in the viewing area. This trend will likely hold through 2, maybe even 3 a.m. After that, all bets are off. And you can see what's happening Lots of severe weather ongoing from Illinois down into Missouri and Arkansas. Tornado watches along this line. Flashing, those are the warnings. And the red or the pinks are tornado warnings. The pinks being tornadoes actually spotted and on the ground. And we've had a couple of tornado emergencies as well for those powerful wedge-type tornadoes, especially in southeast Missouri. Now, this line will continue to work its way off to the east, but the deeper we get into the night, it will likely weaken some by the time it reaches our area. Some great news there. But you can see here we are, 3 a.m., getting close to the Wabash, just west of Indy, back into western portions of Kentucky. Still expecting severe weather as it approaches Interstate 65. Again, still some strong, if not severe cells, a possibility in scattered locations. But I do think the intensity of the line will be coming down just a little bit. So the bottom line, showers and storms arrive after 4 a.m. A few cells could be severe still, even in our viewing areas. So don't put down your guard. Keep it tuned here to WLKY, WLKY.com. We got you covered. Scattered strong winds, maybe an isolated spin-up cannot be ruled out. And the greatest threat for that looks to be immediately west of the I-65 corridor. That's round number one. We get a little break in the action during the morning hours of tomorrow up until about midday. And then here comes round number two. Showers and thunderstorms will roll across the region really from time to time. Could see multiple rounds tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow night, producing some heavy rainfall. And yes, there is a threat that a few of the storms could be severe. We have a slight risk tomorrow across all of the viewing area. On a scale of 1 to 5, this is a 2. Right now, possibility of some gusty winds, maybe some hail. But the bigger threat looks to be south of us. A high risk for severe weather, a rare high risk, has been issued for Mississippi and Alabama, including Birmingham. On a scale of 1 to 5, this is a 5 out of 5. And that simply means some dangerous tornadoes could be occurring in the deep south tomorrow afternoon. For us, again, tomorrow late day, tomorrow night, locally heavy rainfall is a possibility. Several inches could be coming down. Here's the forecast in detail. Breezy warm. Storms will be arriving very late tonight after 4 in the morning. 63 on that low. Once again, a couple of those could be strong to severe. We'll be here keeping you up to date. So after early tomorrow morning, a little break. And then here comes more stormy weather for the afternoon and evening. Once we get beyond tomorrow night, Rick, this entire mess is out of here. We cool off. We dry it out. 55 Sunday, beautiful on St. Patrick's Day. And 70s return Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. Quiet right now. I think it's going to stay quiet the next several hours. But after 4 in the morning, that's when things could get a little bit bumpy. So keep it tuned here. We'll keep you posted.
Hang in there, huh?
Hang the fuck in there.
All right, Kylie's back, and a lot of people outside our street side studio just sort of enjoying the evening, not wearing coats, maybe not aware that this thing's on its way.
Yeah, and it's coming pretty quickly. It's going to be impacting our western zones probably within the next about 30 to 45 minutes. From Chicago, the area of low pressure is about 100 miles away, so it is moving. This is a massive system that we are monitoring. It has a history of producing strong and severe storms, as you can see, and a lot of cloud ground lightning. So heads up, if you are in Chicago, give it some time, but we are going to be in for some major weather changes. So they are still under a severe thunderstorm watch for Chicago and surrounding areas highlighted in pink, a tornado watch highlighted in yellow just towards our south, and a few severe thunderstorm warnings have actually popped up just towards the west of our viewing area. So in about 30 minutes, as I mentioned, we have to watch out into Cal, back into Ottawa and McHenry. for some of those stronger storms. We are still in that level 3, and some of us, the panhandle of LaSalle County, still under that level 4. This means numerous strong to severe storms as this squall line starts to take aim. So here's a look at the progression. This is our high resolution model, Futurecast, pinpointing out McHenry, Aurora, Morris, and Ottawa getting impacted closer to about 11, if not midnight. Chicago starting to have these winds really kicking up closer to about 12:30. And then as you can see, this line is moving over the heart of the city closer to about 1 a.m. 2 a.m. it's going to start to fizzle out, but then impacting northwest Indiana. Anytime you can see these deep reds as well as oranges, that's heavy rainfall. We have to watch out for that cloud ground lightning.
Well,
And
outside,
another
give us a live
huge
report.
concern
You're there
is going
right
to be the
now.
winds, and we can't rule out having some spin up
grow some
tornadoes
balls
either.
and get some
Our
content.
atmosphere is just prime for some of those rotating cells. So
Go
severe
live
storm
on
threat
Discord
now
right
until
now.
about 2 a.m. I know this is going to be a nocturnal event, but a lot of us are sleeping or a lot of us are out. Make sure you have a way to get those weather alerts. Damaging wind gusts, tornadoes going to be the main concerns with this storm system. Those winds gusting up to 60 miles per hour, especially tomorrow. So once the storms move out, it is still going to be very windy. Wind advisories in place until 7 a.m. on your Saturday, and then a high wind warning takes over, and that is going to continue until noon. As you can see, gusts up to about 60 miles per hour. So I know with all the festivities happening tomorrow, with the river dying, if there's any tents outdoors, they really need to make sure that they are secured. Anytime you see these lines, these are called hatches. So that means we have the probability of wind damage. Winds gusting upwards of about 45 to 50 miles per hour tonight, and then could topple over about 60, 70 miles per hour for tomorrow. Tonight's forecast, 57 degrees for your low, and then as we look ahead to tomorrow, 65 over the weekend. Temperatures will come crashing down on Sunday. A few sprinkles and flurries will be possible.
Get outside
But again,
that
a weather
wind.
alert is posted for the rest of tonight due to the severe storms, tomorrow due to the high winds, and then St. Patrick's Day looking much better. Partly cloudy skies, cloudy weather, and we are going to be in for temperatures near 70 degrees again on our Tuesday.
Thanks, Kylie.
Get out there. What a disservice. You're right there. You can't walk outside and get some rain on you. Largest toy maker in America is moving a large percentage of its manufacturing from China to America. Who's that? And they're saying all those pardons from Biden, they don't count. They don't count, Adam Schiff. We're putting you in Gitmo. If he puts Adam Schiff in Gitmo, I will knock on doors. I will campaign for a third term with everything I've got. If he puts Adam Schiff behind bars. For life. Life. If the January 6th committee goes to jail for life, I will campaign for the third term. I say J.D. Vance can wait. He can serve another term as vice president. It's fine. Larson, get outside and go live on Discord so we can see you out in the storm. Well, I'm gonna go to bed.